everyone. Old Fashioned Football's 2026 AFC West Division preview on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our picks and podcasts with the free SGPN app.
Hey, what's up? This is Sam Acho, and you're listening to Old Fashioned Football.
Welcome to Old Fashioned Football. If you're wondering who you listen to, this is JMark. You can find me on the X at JMark Football. I've been doing hand signals and everything. I feel like I'm directing airport traffic. If you're wondering who us is, that's at Old Fashioned FB. And who's us? That's my co-host on the pod and in life to talk AFC West with me today. You can find her on the X at the Mir Mark. Mir, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
It's so weird saying X still, even though
we were just talking about it this morning because I need to get back into mine, and for whatever reason I'm kicked out and I can't get back in.
Right.
But we were calling it Twitter all morning when we talked about it.
Yeah. Yep. So that's why I'm doing the hand signal. So I remember the X. Josiah chat Josiah Hoy in the chat, not whatever I was saying, says, woo! Whoa, I didn't know this, but when you like the live stream, the thumbs up turns into a football. I've noticed that too. It's pretty cool. And RIP Sam LaPorta. What did I miss? What happened to Sam LaPorta?
Yeah, can we calm down a minute?
Give us the deets, because I haven't seen that.
And I'm contracted for him for, I can't remember if it runs out at the end of this year or if it's another year after.
I think it runs out at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So... Well, we made it through our fantasy football stuff, our top 12 rankings
Google right now. But yes, we've made it. Continue.
And now what are we covering? We're covering the AFC West division preview, getting back to our division previews. We do have 4 left, counting this one, which means we're going to be talking the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. Now you're bringing up some news here.
Yeah.
Breaking news, I guess.
Not breaking. This article is from 20 hours ago.
Oh.
Sam LaPorta was injured.
Well, is it a little tiny injury or what are we talking here? Expected to miss the remainder of training camp and is now his availability for week 1 is now in question, but it's not considered long-term.
Yeah.
So not too bad. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are we drinking today?
We're not. But I did feel like we should talk about, I got water too. I feel like we should talk about it because, we're not drinking whiskey, but our whiskey reviews are going to return soon.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're here for the whiskey, we're going to be bringing it back in a new format, and it'll have its own segment on Thursdays. But we got to give you some time to heal. And in order for our reviews to work in the system that we have, we both need to give our review, and you can't have whiskey right now.
That's true. So otherwise it'd be a one-sided review.
Which is probably the more accurate review, but that's fine.
Okay. All right. Hip injury, hip issue. He was boning the old lady too hard. It happens. We've all been there. Speaking of boning, if you want to do some boning. This is for sure to get you boned. Football's right around the corner, which means it's time for our huge merch sale. I still find that ad read insulting. Football has been here in the Canadian Football League, CFL Gambling Podcast. Check it out. Anyways, you can get 25% off everything with promo code football, even some old-fashioned football gear. I know what you're saying. We need a little update. I'm working on the graphics lady to get an update here, but nothing so far. Anyways, use promo code football, all sorts of great merch. And yeah, so that's Sports Gambling Podcast store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. You can also do store.sg.pn or something like that. sg.pn/store. That's it. It's a good deal. 25% off.
You did fabulous on that.
Thank you.
Not really.
Thank you.
I'm not the graphics lady, if that's what you're hinting at.
You're the design lady.
Okay.
You're good at the design.
Okay.
So if anybody's going to design a new shirt, it seems like you'd be good at that. Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Okay. All right. Should we jump in here?
Let's jump in here, and we're going to talk about the Broncos first because they finished first in the division last year. They went 14-3, won the division. By the way, we're going to push through this a little bit quicker than like our last ones. I am.
But you're here, and I love it.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Their only coaching change, they did Davis Webb's the new offensive coordinator. And the big deal with that is that Sean Payton is handing him the play calling duty, but they're still going to run Payton's system. Now I know a new play caller can change things, even if it's the same offense though, but I don't think there's too much to be worried about there.
I don't think so either. Looking at their offseason changes, like who they lost or who they added before the draft, they kind of had a just relatively a quiet offseason. On the defensive line, they lost defensive lineman John Franklin Myers, safety PJ Locke, and they cut linebacker Dre Greenlaw. And for people they added, again, it was quiet, but the big news for additions was trading for a first-round pick to the Dolphins for Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
To give Bo Nix another weapon and likely their wide receiver one. Yeah,
he'll probably take that over.
And it's good for Nix. It's good for Waddle getting out of Miami, and it's good for Courtland Sutton too.
Yeah, agreed. Who always seems to get a little bit disrespected in the fantasy communities and everything, but that's just my opinion. They didn't have any draft picks until the third round.
No, so I don't really feel like their draft is worth it.
Right. They had a handful of seventh rounders. Nothing really stood out to me as their draft. I mean, it was basically rotation guys and depth pieces.
Yeah.
Is really what they brought in.
Yeah. And when looking at this Broncos team this season, I think one of the main questions around it is, can they repeat the success of their 14-win season?
No.
I agree with you there. I feel like that's what all eyes are going to be on. Will they get to the 14 wins? Like you said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I think then maybe we need to shift it to, can they keep the momentum and stay competitive and push into the playoffs? That I think, yes. I do too.
Yeah.
So we're in agreement there.
Yeah. And we'll jump right into that kind of with some bets. Their win total US, can they get to that 14-win season?
That's going to be hard.
That is going to be hard. That's 14-3 is really hard to do in the NFL, especially if the Chiefs are healthier and better. If they bounce back, we'll talk about them in a little bit. But the Broncos over/under is sitting at 9.5 wins. Can they get to 14? No, but can they get to 10? Hell yeah! I absolutely think they can get to that. So I'm on the over there. The division price is plus 225. They did just win it last year, like we said. I don't think they're getting it this year, though. I think they'll finish second in the division. So
with 10 wins.
With 10 wins, yep. So I am not taking them. I think one team is going to win 11 or 12. Talk about that when we get to that team.
All right. And then for some fantasy football here, Bo Nix at QB 15. I think this is a steal. Agreed. He finished 7th last year. I had him ranked 8 on my quarterback list. You had him 9th?
I think it was 9th, yeah.
Either way, that's finishing better than QB 15. So that's great value if that's where you're getting him. It's a steal. I also like Courtland Sutton at wide receiver 37.
See, he gets disrespected.
Because I agree with you. He gets disrespected all the time in fantasy football, but he continues to produce, and he finished wide receiver 11 last year, dropping from 11 all the way down to 37 is where he's getting drafted. Yeah. I know with the addition of Waddle, that's Waddle, going to take.
Yeah, it'll take
Waddle's
some targets.
Be a key piece of this offense.
Sure, but he'll also draw more defense.
Well, and that's what I think.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I still, at wide receiver 37, I like that value for him.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're talking wide receiver 37, that's probably round 5, round 6, maybe even a little later, depending how the draft is going. I mean, it all depends.
It's a good pickup.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next team is the Chargers. The Chargers. They finished 11-6, second place in their division. Coaching changes. They brought in former Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel, hired as the new offensive coordinator, and Chris O'Leary is the new defensive coordinator. If you haven't been watching football, or maybe you just didn't watch the Dolphins, McDaniel, he brings an outside zone scheme, bunch of motion. They move pieces all over. Kind of, Ben Johnson does a great job of that, moving pieces pre-snap to confuse the defense. McDaniel does that as well, and he really focuses on speed. Speed is a big thing for him and his offense.
Some of the Chargers offseason losses or departures included wide receiver Keenan Allen, edge rusher Odafe Owa.
Nailed it.
I nailed it. And guard Zion Johnson. They made up for those losses in some additions by bringing in center Tyler Biadasz. However, he recently suffered a significant knee injury.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for them too.
Yeah, he's likely going to be out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And then they brought in guard Cole Strange, running back Keaton Mitchell, tight end David Njoku, and edge rusher Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah. And then as far as the draft, I feel like they did pretty good in the early rounds. Their first rounder, they took Miami edge rusher Akeem Messidor, who was one of the top edge rushers in the draft. He was almost there to fall to the Bears. I was really hoping we were going to get him. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with Dylan Thieneman. In the second round, they took Florida center Jake Slaughter, which that's handy given the fact that Biadasz is now going to be out probably for the season. So at least they had a backup plan there. I know he's a younger guy. The only other thing that I guess there's two more I wanted to point out. The fourth rounder was Mississippi State wide receiver Brennan Thompson. That dude's got speed. Yeah, he's going to fit this offense well. Definitely a name to watch for. I don't think he's going to get drafted in your fantasy football drafts unless it's a really deep league. So watch for him after, let's say, week 3 or 4, he'll pop off and then everybody's going to be picking him up. Maybe you can get ahead of that a little bit. They also got offensive tackle Travis Burke and some depth on the defensive and offensive line there.
The biggest question with this team is which wide receiver is going to step up. Is that going to be Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, who finally he started to have some relevance last year?
Yeah.
They've also got Brennan Thompson.
Yeah. Well, so I have a thought on this.
Okay.
So stay tuned to Sports Gambling Podcast Network's website. I've already released one of the article. The other 2 articles will come out this weekend, but I did some Madden simulations, which, okay. So last year I did this with college football.
Yes.
And we cashed some money on it.
Okay.
And so
we did.
Yeah. So maybe the simulation's not so crazy. I mean, it had Miami winning the championship multiple times. Nobody thought they would make it. They were 40-1. They did make the championship. They just didn't win it. So I guess, they were right there. It's the same programmers. It's EA Sports, same programmers that put Madden together. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did college football, did Madden. You would be surprised how many times Quentin Johnston led the league in receiving in Madden.
It's all a conspiracy.
I think he's going to step up. And maybe it's just the Madden bias, but I think he's going to step up.
Well, now you're like, I should be taking notes and getting stats from this.
Right? Yeah. I'll show you my
relevant stats came out of last year.
What do you mean out of last year? You mean this year from the Sims I just did?
No,
what you talking about, Willis?
You did the Sims last year.
I did college football last year. I'm doing
what
Madden
else
this
came
year.
Out of it? Or did you not track?
Conference winners. There was multiple that hit. Win totals. Some win totals hit.
Normal?
I don't know. It just makes me think that those programmers know what they're doing. However, they did have the Cardinals making the playoffs in a couple of the simulations, and that's fucking crazy. So, speaking of bets, Chargers over under win total is 9.5. I'm hitting the over. This is the team that's going to win 11 or 12 games and win the division at plus 190. I'm taking that as well. Chargers are winning this division. Harbaugh, he's got the roots in now. He's got to put some of his team together, and now they're going to fly.
All right. Should we talk some fantasy football?
Let's talk some fantasy football.
I want to highlight that Omarion Hampton, he's going at RB10.
Mm-hmm.
And while I like that price off the injury and not having a real big, I like my data.
You do.
We don't have a real big data sample.
I like data, but you like the
Data.
data.
Numbers talk for themselves. Okay.
Okay.
And we don't have a really big sample of what he can do in the NFL. And that worries me for taking him as my first running back.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm not like
the talent is there, but
yeah.
can he do it? Like, can he live up to that talent? I get it.
Yeah. And you've seen over the years, my drafting strategies. I go for what's proven.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you mentioned just now, like you like Quentin Johnston.
I do.
He's currently going as wide receiver 41. So if you think he becomes one of the top guys in this offense, that would be a great price.
I mean, he's going to lead the league in receiving. Madden said so. So I think it is absolutely a great price. He's not.
No.
Well, he might.
Well, he might not.
Well, he might.
And there's a bigger chance that he might not.
There's a bigger chance that he might not.
2 more simulations and then get back to me.
Okay, fair enough. We're going to talk about the other two teams. Before we do, got to let you know that we're brought to you by Clutch Parlays. Clutch Parlays has predictions for every MLB, NFL, NCAA football, and NBA game. The predictions are updated live during the game, which means you get updated odds through every pitch, basket, and possession. They also highlight the best sports books to place their highest edge plays. I don't know about you, but I love placing some in-game bets. And you've got 3, maybe 4 different apps from different books that you like, and you're trying to figure out who's got the best price in game. You're going to see it right there on Clutch Parlays. Plus, you can compete against others in weekly, monthly, and all-time profit leaderboards. And most importantly, it's easy to use. I mean, I've even been on there and found some bets. We cashed that 3-1 on Teoscar Hernandez that we gave out last week. And, if it's helping me catch baseball or cash baseball bets, it's good, because I don't know shit about baseball, but I just followed what they laid out. It's a one-stop shop for research and plus EV opportunities. And the best part is you can get 1 month free with promo code SGPN. That's Clutch Parlays, promo code SGPN. Don't forget about the Circa. Circa Sportsbook is giving away at least $30 million in prizes for this year's handicapping contest. I say at least because it depends on the amount of entries that could go up. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere. Come out to the Circa for contest weekend, August 27th through 29th, and you can get 15% off your stay at the Circa with promo code SGP15. Plus, Sean, Kramer, Moneyline, Colby, those guys are going to be there. Go have fun with them. Buy them a drink from us. Just say, hey, this is for old-fashioned football. And if you're going to play in the contest, you're going to need a proxy unless you're going to Vegas every weekend, which if you are, I feel bad for your liver. But anyways, you're going to need that proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGPN to get $50 off your proxy fees. All right, we're back. A lot of people worried about LaPorta, fade LaPorta, poor LaPorta. He'll be all right.
He's gonna be fine.
He'll be all right, unless the Lions tank, which is a real possibility. They're going to finish third in the division again, maybe second, but I'm going to say third. I'll give the Packers second. Micah Parsons today, I saw a clip today where he ranked the NFC North teams.
And where did he rank himself?
He's
his team
second.
Behind us.
Yeah. He said he
Smart
thinks
man.
he thinks the Bears have arrived. If Caleb can keep it up, he thinks that they got a team. And I thought that's interesting for a guy that plays for your rival and he's ranking you above him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is.
Pretty sure it wasn't AI. Maybe it was AI. That stuff can trick you, but it looked real to me. I don't know.
Now
for sure.
I feel like I have to fact check you. You're bringing me fake news.
It looked good anyways.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the Chiefs, who went 6-11 last year, placed third in the division. Of course, Mahomes' injury was part of that. For coaching changes, Eric Bieniemy returns to replace Matt Nagy. Not much of a change because he's been there before, and this is Andy Reid's offense. Yeah. And shout out to Eric Bieniemy. And I guess good vibes his way for his wife's recovery. She was shot, I think multiple times, allegedly by their son. There's no proof that, but he was arrested. I don't know if he's been tried for it, but anyway, sounds like she's doing good, but hopefully she makes full recovery there. Kind of a scary thing.
Yeah. Looking at their offseason, the Chiefs had some turnover. They traded hold on, we got some.
Okay, Philly Mike OG says
Sorry,
Gibbs was
stopping.
just arrested.
What?
So
I am also I have him contracted. I don't think I've submitted that officially. So maybe.
well, I did kind of submit it for you, but
No, you can't do that. I didn't confirm.
okay. Fortune, if you're in the chat, she did not confirm her keepers. Yeah, give us the news on this Gibbs arrest. Gotta let us know. Don't leave us hanging there. Just posted on X. It says I didn't see it yet. So let us know. LaPorta injured, Gibbs
I
arrested.
don't see any news on it yet.
Well, we'll have to see. Well, let's talk about the Chiefs.
Yeah, let's do.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
Sorry.
research.
I'll get back.
You talk.
Get
about
back
the
on
Chiefs.
track. I was talking about how they traded their all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams. They also lost linebacker Leo Chenal and safety Brian Cook, cornerback Jalen Watson, and running backs Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. The biggest addition in the offseason was bringing in former Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker. They also signed defensive tackle Kairis Tonga and cornerback L'Jarius Sneed and quarterback Justin Fields.
I feel like we're getting fucked with. I don't see anything, Philly Mike.
I don't
but,
either.
but send it to me on Twitter, on the X at JMark
Yeah.
Football.
I also wanted to just talk about with the Chiefs injuries because the offensive line already has some injury concerns with Trey Smith dealing with a hip injury. A couple other guys have been banged up here and there. And Mahomes is fully practicing, though, post ACL, LCL tear recovery.
Yeah.
So
it's a bad knee injury.
Yeah, I don't know. Just this Chiefs. I won't jump ahead. I've got some things to say. Go ahead and talk about their draft picks.
Yeah, so I mean, they focused on their needs in the first round. One of them was cornerback because they just traded their cornerback away. So they got LSU's Mansour Delane in the first round. They had another first rounder and took defensive tackle Peter Woods. They needed that. In the second round, they took edge rusher Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma, defensive rookie of the year per Madden multiple times. So keep an eye on if he can make a big impact. A couple other guys that they drafted, wide receiver Cyrus Allen, who's getting some camp rave reviews. We'll have to wait to see if that's just one of those things. You know, there's always somebody that they really talk about in camp that then does nothing. He gets all this hype. So we'll have to see about that. They also got LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. And of course, Cody's Nebraska Cornsuckers running back Emmett Johnson. Hashtag sorry, Cody. Philly Mike is saying it's a DWI. Be interesting if that's the case.
Yeah. The biggest, going back to the Chiefs here,
yeah,
the biggest question for them, or what I'm questioning, is can they get back on top? Because they weren't looking that great before Mahomes' injury.
True.
So I think it's a matter of like, can they course correct and get back to the team that everyone was calling them, that people were calling them a dynasty team.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like they've lost their sparkle. Like they've lost their
sparkle.
Shine. Yeah. They've lost their shine.
That's great.
Travis Kelce's getting old and distracted.
Right.
With T Swift.
He's got the T Swift.
And Mahomes, and like I don't know.
Yeah, it's in coming off the injury. It's tough for a quarterback.
I don't see this team getting back to like going back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Chase Daniel broke down, former Chief, also former Bear. He broke down some video of Mahomes throwing and pointed out how he was not putting the right amount of weight on that knee. Now, maybe that's just he's getting used to it now that it's healed and stuff, but something definitely to keep an eye on. I mean, another thing you mentioned that they traded away Trent McDuffie. Can Mansour Delane replace him? Because Trent McDuffie was an all-pro, like you said. So that's going to be interesting. Their win total. And by the way, Josiah Hoy coming in saying that Dynasty is over. It's the Raiders' time now. Okay. I mean, that's an opinion.
Interesting take. No bias at all.
No. So the Chiefs, their over-under win total is also 10.5. I'm not betting this one. I don't know what Chiefs team is going to be on the field. You know, I don't know this year. So I'm not betting it. I think the under is the route to go, but because I don't believe I'm in them anymore, but I'm not going to place my money on it. And their division price, they're the favorites at plus 165. Hard pass on that. This is not the same division that they pushed around for a while, right? The Broncos were bad for a while. The Raiders have been bad for, sorry, Josiah, a long time. The Chargers were struggling. It's different now because the Broncos are pretty damn good. The Chargers, pretty damn good. The Raiders, they're improving. They've made some changes, with the coaching changes. We'll talk about them in a minute, but I'm not taking the Chiefs to win this division. No way.
Looking at fantasy football here, I have to say that Rashee Rice, he's going at an ADP of 13 right now. And with all the off-field issues, and he's just kind of looked slow and sluggish in camp.
Yeah.
I am passing on him at that ADP.
Yeah.
I'm not taking him at the wide receiver 13 spot.
I don't blame you.
I think if you want a part of this Chiefs offense, I'm just going to throw this out there. Cyrus Allen. He's really getting a lot of talk, and maybe it's just talk and just hype. But either way, if you want to take a flyer on him, you can get him at some really good value because he's going at wide receiver 71. And in the past, Mahomes, we've seen him able to make guys relevant that you don't think would be.
Right. Yeah.
So late round flyer.
Yeah, absolutely. We got one more team to talk about. It's Mr. Josiah Hoy's team. But before we do, let everybody know a little bit about Underdog.
We are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Don't forget that spreads, money lines, totals, and parlays are all available on Underdog Fantasy. Plus, Best Ball Mania is the best way to play fantasy football and has $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. The best part is Underdog is available in a ton of states, including Iowa. Underdog also has an awesome new offer for customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code OFFSGPN.
We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is now nationwide. Yeah, they're back and available in almost every state, including California, Texas, and New York. And if you use an odd screen, you know that Novig has some of the best prices in the market. Download the Novig app and deposit $10 to get $25 in trade credits. Get in on the action with Novig promo code SGPN. All right. Last, maybe least, we'll talk about the Raiders. Finished 3-14 last season, placed 4th in division. Sorry, Josiah. Sorry to your Uncle Paul, who's a big Raiders fan. But, they made some changes. They brought in former Seahawks offensive coordinator, who obviously just helped them win a Super Bowl, made Sam Darnold look great, Clint Kubiak. He's their new head coach. He runs an outside zone, under center, play action type offense, and he will be calling the plays.
Looking at their offseason losses, I'm not sure you'd call any of their losses as key departures, but they almost had Max Crosby depart, but then didn't. Yeah. So that would have been big news, but there really isn't any big news for losses, is what I'm trying to say.
Such a weird situation, too.
For some additions, they had some movement, bringing guys in, including quarterback Kirk Cousins, center Tyler Linderbaum. We've talked about this a lot and how it's impacted. It's impacting a lot here.
Yeah.
Linebackers, Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, edge rusher Kwity Paye. These are all some big names that they added.
Speaking of the Raiders, you got to follow us on YouTube. You got to be subscribed. Now, I'm assuming if you're watching this or listening to this that you are, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're just like, well, I don't know. I did release a little underdog play last night for the Raiders to win their preseason game last night, which I thought they were going to make me look like a fool. And then in the last minute, they pulled through. Actually, it was like the last 30 seconds. They pulled through and got the victory. So things are looking up in the preseason. Let's talk about their draft picks. Of course, the big thing was they had the number 1 overall pick. They took Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza so that they could have the widest quarterback room in the league. He was interviewed last night and said to make sure you tell Mr. Buck I said hello, Joe Buck up in the studio. And the lady interviewing was like, what about Troy Aikman? He's like, well, he gets a lot of love. I don't feel like Joe gets enough. So tell Mr. Buck I said hi. He's just this, I don't know, this polite, nice guy. Anyways, they also drafted Tre'Davious Stukes out of Arizona in the 2nd, edge rusher Kayron Crawford out of Auburn, and added some other depth pieces, including running back Washington, I believe. He looked really good in the preseason game. A lot of people saying Ashton Genty better watch out. I don't know about that, but
Yeah. And I think just one of the big questions on the Raiders is, are we getting Kirk Cousins for more than half the year, or will they turn the keys over to Mendoza? Kubiak had said they were in no hurry to rush Mendoza. However, just yesterday, he said that they hadn't decided who'd be the QB1, despite Cousins sitting in last night's preseason game like a starter or the QB1 would.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I always feel like you see like these quarterbacks, these rookie quarterbacks that get all this hype. I've always felt like teams just rush him in.
Yeah. I think I read he would be the first quarterback taken number 1 overall in the last 15 years not to start week 1. So you're right. They do rush
him in, and then like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a bust. Sometimes I feel like they do really well, and then it's just tank their second year.
I think there's a lot of value to letting them sit and watch, right? And
especially
learn behind a veteran.
Kirk Cousins.
Right. Who's a veteran. He's going to be a serviceable quarterback for them. I know you don't like that word, but I think he's going to be serviceable for them. And I think you let Mendoza learn the game. I think that's a smart play. Let's talk about some bets. Their win total is over under 5.5.
Can they do it?
I'm smashing the over.
I'm saying yes. Whether, we know Kirk Cousins is going to start for some games or however it is, but this team, I kind of agree with Josiah. I don't see them winning the division.
Yeah, no.
But they're going to get more than 3 wins.
They're going to be better. Well, they need 6.
Well, I know, but last season.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for your bet, they need 6.
Yeah, so Kirk Cousins, he's not a quarterback that's going to be over the top and win you a ton of games, but he's not going to lose you games. You got Ashton Genty. You got Brock Bowers. You've got a really good offensive line now that they brought in Linderbaum.
Yeah.
And then on the defense, they added a bunch of defensive pieces because they thought they were trading Max Crosby away, and that fell through. So you get him back too. So I think that defensive line is going to be really good too.
This team looks solid for I can't believe I'm saying this.
On paper,
they look good.
On paper, it seems like they'll easily win over 5.5 games. Now, again, they're 20-1 to win the division. I'm not touching that. I don't think they're winning the division. No. I still think they may finish 4th, but this is a really competitive division, and I think they'll be better. I have it going Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders. Maybe they leapfrog the Chiefs. Maybe the Chiefs are done.
I could see them.
Stick a fork in them.
I want to make a bet that they're going to finish above the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's track that one.
All right. We'll track that one.
Not betting anything, but I'm saying bet. Looking at fantasy football, I'd obviously be comfortable drafting Ashton Genty. His current ADP is, I think I looked this up today because I wanted to make sure. The ADPs have been changing.
Yeah,
I did look up running backs today, so I did double check this.
A lot of drafts going on right now.
His current ADP is RB6 right now, and then Brock Bowers is still going at an ADP of 1 amongst tight ends. Outside of those two,
where he should be.
No, Trey McBride.
Brock Bowers.
Trey McBride.
Go ahead and listen to our fantasy football tight end episode to hear us debate that.
Didn't even get through. I wasn't even through a full cup of coffee this morning before I'm getting harassed about Kyle Pitts. Thank you, Cody. Apparently, I had a coffee enough to sound like a lawyer.
He's right. He's got Pitts passion just like me, and you don't mess with somebody's passion.
No, you can when it's that.
Kyle Pitts replied to the short.
No,
of you
he
saying,
didn't.
I'm just kidding.
This is why I know I can't get into my Twitter X account is because
Kyle Pitts has blocked you.
Kyle Pitts. I did clarify that I have nothing against Kyle Pitts. It's just
I didn't put that in the short though.
It's of course you didn't. It's just the constant, all the men around me are crazy about Kyle Pitts and they're wrong.
All the men around me. Two guys, me and Cody.
No, there's been Jamie. Didn't Jamie like Kyle Pitts?
He might have, yeah.
In our chat.
Yeah.
There was I swear we've had enough people in the chat be pro Kyle Pitts for tight end 1.
Yeah.
No.
Well, nobody said he was tight end 1.
No, in previous years you have.
Well, that's true.
I have been just having to deal with this for so long. And so I came
Fair enough. Fair
With
enough.
A lot of data. Anyway, I think that was all for fantasy football.
Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other Raiders players.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a super flex league, Kirk Cousins, maybe. If you're in a dynasty league, you want Mendoza because, you know, he's going to be their QB1. But yeah, other than that, I agree with you there. Maybe their defense might be good. If you play in a league that plays defenses. I don't know.
Got one of those.
Yeah. Or if you play in an IDP league, go check out IDP Plus. I got some rankings up there. Well, I won't say I have them. Somebody puts the data together. I run it through some other stuff and it spits out the rankings. But Max Crosby, obviously, pretty high on that. I think that's all we got on the AFC West.
Yeah, we're coming next, probably sometime over this weekend, with the NFC West.
East.
Not the West. The East.
The East.
The NFC West is coming. That's next week.
That's next week. Next Wednesday, 8:00, we're going to have the NFC West with 2 special guests. And then next Thursday at 7:30 Central, we're going to be there with the AFC East. Yeah, East with the special guests. Speaking of that Pitt's Passion guy. You'll have to wear your I Hate Kyle Pitts shirt.
I don't have one. Yeah. I don't hate him. I can't say that. Like I'm trash talking this player.
You'll have to wear your I won't draft Kyle Pitts shirt that you make.
I will not draft him. I will nominate him in auction leagues so that you can blow your money on him.
There you go. Blow your wad on the Pits. Absolutely. That's all we have. I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you again this weekend, but have a great Friday night. Be safe. Make smart bets. Oh, I was going to point out that we do have football tonight, preseason games. I want to rapid fire you real quick. Now, this is no pressure because who knows how long people are going to play. Jets, Pittsburgh already started, but it's 0-0. So Jets or Pittsburgh, who's winning?
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're can get them at -139. Carolina against Jacksonville. She's thinking. Again, it's back up, so who knows?
Yeah, Jacksonville
plus money, +114. I like it. And then Green Bay at Denver is the last game tonight. Denver, they're a heavy favorite, so that one makes sense. And we also got CFL action coming up. Winnipeg at Edmonton. I am already on Edmonton. I was on them at 3.5. They've jumped to 5.5, which is interesting. I also like the over in that one. So make sure you check out the CFL Gambling Podcast. Make smart bets. Have a good weekend. Party safe if you're partying. And that's all I got. My old fashioned is non-existent. Going once, going twice.
Sold.